Hello and welcome to another episode of the Leadership Lens, where we speak with global leaders on what's trending in the ecosystem. Today we have with us Abhishek Lal, who's the head of e-commerce at Marks and Spencer, to speak with us about how the e-commerce and the retail world is evolving. Welcome, Abhishek. It's great to have you on the Leadership Lens.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, Shaini.
So, Abhishek, overall, from the conversations that we've been
Yeah.
hearing, the digital spends and the digital pie of investments in media is definitely evolving. In a lot of segments, it's 50% and above. How are you seeing this translate for Marks and Spencers? What are the mediums that are becoming important for you?
Okay. So I think it's how the trends are shaping up for the future. And some years back, Marks and Spencer was mainly into the retail segment.
Correct.
And then of late, for the past 3, 4 years, we've been focusing heavily into the e-commerce and the digital side of things. The idea is to build up an omni-channel customer journey. And the idea is to reach out to the customer wherever they are, whether it is offline, whether it is online, whether it is on social media platforms, or whether it is on the website.
Correct.
So, in the light of this, in the light of the fact that more and more consumers are on digital channels, they might choose to discover the product, the brand on digital channels. They might choose to shop offline or online. So, more and more percentage of our spends are moving to digital. Now, there are two types of spends we are into broadly. One is the brand spend, which is more about content and which you would see more on the social media channels.
Correct.
And then there is the performance marketing spend, which is directly related to the customer acquisition, customer retention, the ROI we getting out of it, and what we are speaking with the customers in terms of the messaging, in terms of the products we are offering. And of course, this is digital, but then we always have the retail side of things, which is the hoardings, which is the signages, which is the all the artwork we put up in our stores. So a significant portion of our spend is now digital, compared to what it was about 3 to 4 years
So
back.
even within digital, are there any channels or mediums that you are excited, and any emerging channels or mediums that you are excited about?
Yeah. So if I compare it to, let's say, again, a trend which was a few years back, and I speak more about performance marketing here, Google search engine pages were the place to be, right? And that was where the maximum investment was, and that's where the brand discovery used to happen. The Google ads used to be there. They were not smart at that time. They were not the Div 360 ads, and the analytics was not there. So, but now we see the importance of social media as the channel, and we see a lot of purchase, discovery, selling happening on the social media channel.
Correct.
You can actually use the entire Meta family of products and run an entire business today. And discovery is also there. Then the medium has also improved. So from just having pictures, you have reels, you have videos on the side. So I think that is a significant shift in the trend, and that is where the investments would be in the future. How can we power both conversations and commerce on the social media?
Powering conversations and commerce on social media sounds like a job for some voice bots and chat bots out there. But tell me, when the pandemic happened, and I think Marks and Spencer was already working on its e-commerce strategy, but you guys really doubled it down during the last couple of years, right? So how big is this pie for you now? How is the response? And how was this journey really? Because here is this huge retailer with a capital R going into
Mhm.
e-commerce and fantastically so. So tell us how that journey was.
Yeah, so journey has been very, very interesting. It has been full of lot of learnings. Uh, Thankfully, e-commerce is a very dynamic and an evolving field. So you keep on learning as you go along, and there is no full stop or there's no comma in this journey. You keep on evolving and say, okay, we did this, and now we're going to do that. Yes, during the pandemic is when MNS started really focusing on the e-commerce
Hmm.
part of things. And of course, it was driven in part by the stores were not operational, but also there was an increasing recognition that the users are online, at least if not for shopping, discovery, search, and then they can make their choice where
Hmm.
they want to shop. So we have significantly increased the market share. In fact, the business has increased about 3x to 4x over the past 2 years for e-commerce in Marks and Spencers. And also the quality of interactions has increased. So bots can only function if they are trained well, and they can
Correct.
only be trained by human first. So we have, like for instance, started the chat on our website and the app.
Hmm.
But as of now, the bot is learning,
Hmm.
and the responses are coming from the humans who are trying to solve their problems. Yes, in the background there is a learning which is happening. Eventually, it might go that way, but only up to a point. So the journey has been awareness that yes, digital has become more important.
Hmm.
The quality of our conversation has become more important. In the quality of conversation is the responses and the products we can offer them as a solution. And then how do we move on to a place where the quality aided by machine learning becomes the next level, right? Anticipation,
Hmm.
prediction is what we are moving to.
Prediction.
So that's been the journey so far, and I think we more into predictive analytics, anticipating consumer demands, telling them that they need this before they actually realize they do, is
Hmm.
where we are headed as of now.
Correct, correct. So predictive analysis, you think, is going to be very important for Marks and Spencer, and you obviously have a lot of data, a lot of understanding of the consumer who walks into your store,
Yeah.
right? And there is obviously collected data and general experience data that is there. But is the online consumer any different, or do you think there is a you know a shift in how the consumer behaves online versus offline?
So it is one consumer shopping across both channels
Okay.
mainly. Online is a very effective new customer acquisition channel
Mm.
because it can reach out to the whole country and it can acquire lots of customers. Retail is specific to a catchment area, so therefore they are the big advantage of acquisition in the online channel. The behavior also is slightly different, that in online, the consumers have the option of purchasing very quickly more than once because the effort is a lot lesser.
Correct.
It's easier to browse a wide range of products, though the range is similar in retail and online, but it's easier to get through to what you want in the online experience. Then messaging is also something which can be done more effectively, and consumers can be searching for something, it can pop up. So the whole process is a lot easier, which enables consumers to shop more.
Mm.
And a lot of our, like you rightly said, we have a huge consumer database. We have very, very loyal customers. We've been in the country for a very long time. And that data historically has been used for reaching out to consumers based on their preferences, segmenting, standard segmenting into recency, frequency, etc. But we are looking at how these creating more clusters and letting the machine decide on how to segment the data, tell us what each cluster's characteristics are,
Mm.
and what is the best anticipated demand we could get from them, and combine this with the power of social commerce. So that is a winning formula we are trying to implement going forward.
You're saying there is digital is a customer acquisition, important customer
Yeah.
acquisition channel for you, and it is also an experience giving channel for you. Is it also a retention strategy that's out there for digital or otherwise?
Yes, retention is the foundation of all businesses.
Correct.
And now the digital is a double-edged sword.
Hmm.
If you don't do it well, you can lose the customer very quickly, right? And if you do it well enough, we might call it well. Customer might say it's hygiene. This is basic. You need to give me next day delivery. Everybody does. We might say
Yeah.
great. Next day delivery is awesome, and it's a path breaking thing for us. So it's customer expectations which matter, and retention is very, very important. So once we have acquired the customers, then comes into play that how do we retain, how do we offer the best service,
Hmm.
how do we give the best customer service, how do we have more chats which are enabled by bots which can anticipate problems,
Mhm.
how do we have things in place which take away the pain from getting products delivered,
Correct.
getting them delivered quickly.
Hmm.
So retention is critical.
Hmm.
Yes, definitely for us. And digital also again is a better medium to deploy retention strategies. And also retention can be for both stores and the e-commerce, but digital is a platform where we can drive customers to both the channels,
Both the
omni-channel
channels.
approach.
Correct,
Yes.
correct, correct. So I remember my first experience shopping at Marks and Spencer online
Mm.
was right in the beginning of the pandemic, where I'm like,
Mm.
now that I can't step out and Marks and Spencer is giving me 70% off on everything.
Mm.
Why not? Let that was the
Mm.
right
Mm.
point to start. But How are you building your e-commerce strategies, especially when it comes to martech? So there is a
Yeah.
lot of stacks involved. There are a lot of technology to the back end, to the beautiful experience that we see online. There is a lot of technology. So what are some of the stacks that have worked for you, and that are supporting your omni-channel model that you spoke about?
Yeah. So when we started the e-commerce journey, we were basically on the web. The first thing we did was launch an app. It's been 1.5 years since we started having an app. Having an app gave access to a different set of stacks,
Mm.
or more set of stacks from just being on the web. Right? Though the platform remains on Salesforce, but now we see that we can deploy more technologies on the app,
Mm.
like for notifications,
Mm.
like for personalized communication, like for personalizing the experience of the user. Of course, it's there on the web, but how can we do it even better on the app? Because about 70% of our users are on the app, and from being zero to it's close to about 70%, and that
Correct.
has become the one of the most significant playing fields which we have.
Mhm.
We are looking at AI in its all its form. Maybe generative is more relevant here, right from the product discovery and virtual trials, visual discovery of products. A lot of customers go to the stores.
Mm.
Maybe if they don't find a size, they can just scan the barcode and they can see that product right in the app. Also, most all these stores have QR codes
Mm.
over every
Correct.
product, and you can actually, if you want to get more information about a product, you can scan the QR code. If you want to again purchase, you don't have size or color, you can scan the QR code. It goes straight to that specific product page on the
Correct.
app. So,
Correct.
so this is one of the stack we are doing. Then we are also looking at a lot of stacks in the content generation part. Also looking at later when the technology matures, that if we can have the whole modeling, the photo shoot bit to be done through that. This was more of the user facing side of
Mm.
things. Then on the back end, we are looking at technology which can help us, like I said, segment users into various definition, into various categories, not just based on
Mm.
recency frequency, but according to their shopping behaviors, according to what they are purchasing, what they are buying. Then on the third level, which is the delivery level, we are looking at stacks. How can we optimize delivery?
Mm.
Uh, how can we give the user the right messaging? Which pin codes carry more COD? Which pin codes carry more credit card? So the with the advent of new technology, with the advent of AI, we are looking at different interventions at different levels, and app is going to be the focus of it all.
So is discounting strategy also a big piece for online? Is that something that you're exploring or working on? Is that a big piece, or does it remain a big piece? I know everyone starts with
Mhm.
a discounting strategy, but what is the journey post that, once you've acquired?
So our acquisition engines are not so much discount based. We have specific discount during periods of the year, and we are not much on different marketplaces.
Hmm.
Wherever we are, we are with a couple of marketplaces.
Yes.
So our e-commerce strategy has never been that just spread yourself thin, be
Hmm.
everywhere in pursuit of growth. It is about qualitative growth,
Correct.
and also the fact that we are a premium brand, right? So we are not in the mid to the low segment where
Hmm.
the discounting competition is very, very high.
Correct.
Certain categories we are leaders, like lingerie, and in women's wear, certain categories we are leaders. So here we also have a very, very loyal customer base. So the acquisition strategy is more about making the consumers aware of the product and making the product available. Okay. So discounting is not the foundation. So there are end of season discounts which we do, which every other brand does, but we are not a perpetual uh, moon pricing,
Correct.
discount low kind of an operation at
Correct.
all.
Correct.
So acquisition is more about make awareness. It is about making the products available, and it is about giving a great experience, which always has been the foundation of the brand, right? So that's why we have a very, very solid and loyal customer base as
I
well.
think the strategy is based on the fact that you're going to keep that customer very, very close to you, be it in store, be it on
Absolutely.
your own D2C website or e-commerce website, not on too many retail media channels, but the customer is going to be very close to.
Very
I
well
think the
said. Yes.
quality of the products
Yeah.
reflects on the quality of marketing.
Correct. Very well said. I think yes, we want to keep the customer close, give them the best quality product, and the best experience.
One of the things that I really appreciate about Marks and Spencer are some of your sustainability initiatives, especially when it comes to a later millennial or a Gen Z, someone who values these initiatives more than the discounts, right? Someone who says, I want to buy Marks and Spencer because this is a sustainable company or it is moving towards sustainability. Can you shed some light on what are the action areas here for you?
Yes, rightly said, sustainability is a very big goal for M&S. And the objective of the company is to be net zero by 2040.
Okay.
So, which basically means sustainable manufacturing, sustainable sourcing, and sustainable selling. So, it is incorporated into all the elements of the supply chain which we have, whether it is sourcing the right type of raw materials, processing those raw materials to fabric, fabric to manufacturing, and then delivering to the consumers.
Okay.
So, it also means sustainable packaging, which goes to the consumers. So we are looking at reducing the dependency on the all the products which do not help us achieve our goals. So more and more of such sustainable products and the experience is going to be there from M&S.
High quality sustainable products, I think,
Yeah.
speaks right to that niche that you are catering to. This was a wonderful conversation, Abhishek. I think quite a few new things that I learned about Marks and Spencer. And of course, we love the products. We'll continue shopping from you guys. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful conversation.
Thank you, Shiny. It's always a pleasure being at your events, and thank you for loving the products. Keep the brand love going.
Thank you.
Thank you.